Hello folks, happy Thanksgiving today. So we're gonna have our meal later today, but we're off and no other better place to be in the shop. So we're gonna do a video here. I wanna share with everybody what I'm learning, and hopefully this works, what's required to run your Gen 3 Hemi on an engine test run stand. So let me tell you where I'm at. We all know that the bell housing on the Gen 3 Hemi is the same as a small block. So I have a small block Mopar bell housing. We run this on all of our small block Mopars on the test stand. Obviously 318 through 360. So what we have on the Hemi, we have an 8-bolt crank, obviously. They're 8 bolts juxtaposed to the 6-bolt that you see on a small block. Now, here's a couple of things I've quickly learned. This is a late model flywheel. I'm assuming from a Challenger, probably from a Challenger, being a 6-speed. When I went to go put my starter on, I run as most people do, I run a Dakota mini starter on all of our Mopars. I run this on big block and small block, as most of you Mopar people do. Fits right on, fits like a glove, whether you're running a flywheel or if you're running an automatic converter with flexplate. But what happened was, what I learned was when we went to go install this starter, I guess a lot of you probably know, but this is for the folks that don't know, this thing was crashing into the flywheel like that. I couldn't even get the pilot to go into the hole on the bell housing. So this was the problem. So obviously the offset on the late model flywheel is further back than your legacy stuff. So here's what I've got. I just bought a flex plate for the Hemi, for the Gen 3 Hemi, and I'm gonna run our customized, basically it's a ring gear that's been removed from a torque converter that we test all of our big blocks with. So sit tight and I'm gonna show you what I got. Okay, so what we're installing right now is we got this from Summit. It's a Hayes SFI flex plate for Gen 3 Hemi. Come over here, I've got it lined up. This is what it looks like before I put the bolts in. This is the Gen 3 flex plate. So this pretty much what would adapt, I assume, to your converter or your flywheel if you're running an 833 4-speed. These are the bolts. Part number, I put the anti-seize on them now. Part number is from Summit 147-2902, or maybe that's a ARP part number. Hemi 5.7. These are flex plate bolts, not flywheel bolts, because obviously they're shorter, right? Everybody knows that. The flex plate bolts are longer to go through the thicker flex plate. So let me get these anti-seized up and we're gonna get them in. Yes, the wrong part strike again. I'm so excited because none of this shit fits. Yes. So, par for the course. So this flex plate that we got from Summit, it's a Hayes, I just mentioned. This is supposed to, my phone right here. It's supposed to, what it says it fits Gen 3 Hemi to 727 904 torque flight. Well, let me tell you what I have. This is a flex plate I run for all of my big block Mopars. And this is the ring gear that my friend Brian Smith cut off of a converter for me. So this is basically, it's 727 or 904. Well, look at the sizes in the hole. They don't tell you what size converter bolts it uses. That's pretty nice. At least I don't think it did. When I looked at the damn thing, it didn't show me that. And then, in addition, it's obviously the wrong damn diameter. It's too short. So, again, so awesome, so happy. Nothing fits, as usual. So, now what? Now what do I do? How do I run this thing with a small block Mopar bell housing? What freaking ring gear or what flex plate do I need to use? I know a lot of you Hemi guys have done this. What am I missing? What the hell am I missing? I'm trying to control my colorful metaphors right now because I researched this and this is what I needed. 8-bolt, late model to a Legacy 904 or 727, 833. What the hell do I need? Tell me. This is such a cluster. Such a cluster. That was $112. The bolts I bought for the flex plate, that was another 50, 60. So just pretty much like getting a trash can and you put as much money in that and then you set the shit on fire. So that's pretty much what's going on. So anyway, you guys tell me, you Hemi guys, Gen 3 Hemi guys, what am I missing? I like to know some part numbers. Guys on Facebook, they threw a couple comments out there, but then, I never got any responses on what part number, and I get it. You got to learn on your own. Can't everybody tell you to hold your hand, but nobody's holding my hand, but nobody's holding my money. It's all going into the damn dumpster. So, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.